Soccer has always been a big part of my life. It's what I love to do every single day, and I want to pursue playing soccer for the rest of my life, hopefully becoming a professional so I can take care of my family and earning money doing what I love most, and treating myself. My family and I like to have family nights when none of us are busy because it's what keep things interesting in my household. It brings us all a lot closer together doing different activities every single time. One of our favorite activities is to play board games and watch movies afterwards. My family has a big appetite for Japanese food ever since we moved to Japan a couple years ago. My brother doesn't really like it as much, but me and my dad try and go out as often as we can to gorge ourselves with sushi and rice and noodles and other foods just like that. In my household, there is a strong form of capitalism because everybody earns money by doing their own things, even if that included doing chores, jobs, favors for neighbors, and other stuff just like that, including walking my neighbor's dog. I recently actually just got a job being a lifeguard. It's pretty fun actually. It's one of the most relaxing things you could probably think of. And I got it to get more money towards my car and shoes. I'm a really big fan of shoes. I just recently got into it, but it's what I'm mostly putting my money towards to now. My family is definitely a perfect example of dictatorship. My parents are known for that from my friends, and whatever my parents say goes. If I try and argue against it, I'll just get turned down. It probably originated from my grandparents doing this to my parents, and I just eventually learned to go with whatever they say and don't question it, because if I did, I'd just get punished. My parents and I weren't really involved in politics until Trump got elected. The only thing my parents used to do were vote, and now all I hear them argue about is how Trump is such a terrible president and how our country will collapse at some point in time. Me personally, I don't really care for it, but I'm pretty sure that as I get older, I will get more involved in what goes on in our country because I would hate for something bad to happen to us. My favorite thing that I learned in world history was probably World War II. My specific example from World War II that I loved learning was about the Cold War. I mean, it was just insane. The weapons race was absolutely fantastic, and there was so much tension of an oncoming nuclear war. And the space race was hilarious when the US had an epic fail on live TV when the first rocket was launched and actually fell from its support post. The Red Scare dictated many films to portray communists as evil and as spies, but many film directors were afraid to make films because of the HUAC trials. I also found it very interesting because one ruler could influence so much chaos and havoc in the world, causing so much destruction, and that one bad event would just lead to another, but somehow interested me, all because of how surreal it was. Some conflicts I had in my life included moving. My dad was in the Navy, so it required us to move more than several times, and it was always too short of a time period for our family to make long-lasting friends. I use technology all the time now. It's a necessity for me. I use it to contact friends and family, coordinate events. I even need it to clock into work now. I have always lived in a somewhat urban environment. My dad, working for the Navy, required that we live close to his base, and his bases were usually located near major cities. And now it's more of a want than a need to live in urban areas. My family takes a lot of pride in being American, and we value our country as much as we can. We don't really show it off or anything like that, but inside we know how important it is to be American. My dad being in the Navy meant that he knew a lot of people, and that turned into me knowing a lot of people. And those people ended up being really close friends of mine, and they've been close friends of mine for a long time now. And they've always been there for me for help or protection at any time.